Hello, good morning. Good morning,
Good
guys.
morning. Good
Very
morning.
good morning. Very
Good
good
morning.
morning. Yes, and Happy New Year to you all. I would like to thank the students, those who have sent me greetings. Yes, some of you called and some of you sent texts. Thank you all. Thank you very much. And I wish you all a Happy New Year. Yes, you all
Thank
have a prosperous 2021. This year is very special to you. This year, you know that why it is very special? Because this is your year, your year. 2021 is your year. But your seniors are going to have their exams in this 2021. So it is a special year for these two batches. Yes. Okay. Who are these five people? Bhushan, Silaton. Yes. Okay, welcome you all. Welcome you all to my virtual classroom. Yes, in this morning we are going to study a new section, not a new section, a new poem. Before that, once again, I wish you all the best of joy and happiness. Have a rocking new year. Have a rocking new year. Yes. I would like to give this quote. See this quote on this New Year day. Our hope is not in new year, but in the one who makes all things new. So every day is a new year. Every day is new. So we can create new things every day. So with this quotation, put it in your mind, and it's a special quotation on this new year, the first class. Our hope is not in the new year, but in the one who makes all things new. Okay. And have you heard about this New Year resolution? New Year resolution. Yes. Have you made any New Year resolution? What is New Year resolution? You know that. So on the very first day, we say that some do's and don'ts. We are going to do this. We are not going to do that. So we take all these New Year resolutions on the very first day in New Year. So just like I would like to help you, here is a list. A bad habit I am going to break this year. A new skill I would like to learn. A person I hope to be more like. My the person who impressed me. A person I hope to be more like. I would like to follow that person. A good deed I am going to do. A good deed of this year. A place I would like to visit. In this Corona season, it is impossible. A book I would like to read. Yes, you can read a lot of books. Uh, you are given this special leave, so it's time to read everything. Yes. Welcome, Danishka. Right. Okay. Later, I am going to write. This is unnecessary thing in this digital era. An accomplishment I wish to achieve. That's the last thing. Very important thing. An accomplishment I wish to achieve this year. So this New Year resolution will be helpful for you to make your own resolution. Okay, so that I would like to give this chart, this slide. In this slide, you can prepare your New Year resolution and paste it in front of your study table. Okay, this will be helpful for you every day morning when you see this. That will inspire you, that will encourage you, that will lead you to reach your achievement. Okay, this year I want to do something. This year I need to do. This year I am going to start learning English literature every day. At least every day I am going to write something. This year I am going to stop watching TV, chatting with friends, using Facebook. This year I am going to learn a new thing. Okay, in this way you can prepare your own resolution and paste it just in front of your bed or study table. You can paste it, stick it on it. Yes, guys, with all these thoughts, we can move. The poem we are going to study is Breakfast. Yes, breakfast. You can take page 6 in your anthology, in your book, literature book, Appreciation of English Literary Text, page 6. Page 6. Yes, breakfast. Breakfast. This is the time to have breakfast. That's what I'd like to take at this time. Breakfast. You can see the breakfast table. This is a Western breakfast table. Yeah. The main thing of breakfast table, you can see that a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee on the left side of the person who is going to have this. This is a French poem. The author is a French. Yes, so that's what I have taken this French table, French breakfast table. You can see in the screen. Okay, and another thing you have to note it down. There is no article. It is not the breakfast or a breakfast or any addings with this word breakfast. It is not breakfast. The meaning is breaking the fasting. Throughout the night, we are fasting. We don't eat anything after our dinner or supper. Yes. Then till morning, we don't eat anything. So that is fasting, breaking fasting. So ironically, the title is given breakfast. This is actually the title is irony. It is not breaking the fast. Okay. Yeah, we shall see at the end of this lesson the meaning of this breakfast. Breakfast. Yeah, it comes under the theme conflict. Already we have studied 3 more poems, I think. Already the first poem we have studied under the theme conflict. That is, yeah, is it in grade 10 syllabus, guys? Is this poem in grade 10 or 11? I have a doubt just now. Yeah, okay, I would like to check. Yeah, it's in grade 10. Yeah, it's in grade 10, the last poem for 2020 grade 10 syllabus. Yes. Okay. What is conflict? You can see these pictures in this slide here. The conflict, that means symbolically, I can show you something. A group of people, they say yes, the others say no. The argument between them. Some of them agree, the others disagree. So here, the hands that show the conflict, agreement and disagreement. And here in the very first picture, man and woman, they are shouting, crying, arguing, yeah, scolding one another, using bad words. So they are the reaction of conflict. Okay, they are the reaction of conflict. And already you have studied Farewell to Burn and Stacken Tree. Yeah, in that poem, the specific theme, the main theme is conflict, and the specific theme, what is that? Conflict between siblings, brothers. These brothers, they had triangular love, so that made them to have this conflict. One killed the other. Then next one, terrorist is watching. In that poem, we see that 2 groups. One is a legal group, illegal group. Illegal group is the terrorist. The other one, the government. So between these 2 groups, we see the nations, 2 nations, 2 legal groups and illegal groups. Among them, they have this conflict. Terrorist is what? What's next? Conflict. What's next in conflict? Anyone can tell? What is the next poem? Hello? Are you silent?
War is kind.
Yeah, we are going to study. That is the first poem in grade 11 syllabus. War is kind, the war among countries, between countries. Just like that, the America, they have the conflict. So many countries have conflict with America. You know that the Syria, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, all these problems, Pakistan, India, war is kind. That conflict is among countries. Here, this type of conflict is different. This type of conflict is between two individual people, two individual persons. We all have this conflict. This is domestic conflict. What do you do? What is your reaction when you have these conflicts? Do you shout like this couple? Do you use bad words to scold the other? Do you fight? Do you take a knife to kill the other? No, nothing happened in this conflict. They are silent. Both of them are silent. This is the worst reaction when we have conflict. I hope that you understood what I am telling. இந்த விதமான conflict ரொம்பவும் வித்தியாசமான. You experience it at home. வீட்டில conflict வரைக்க நீங்கள் அநேகமாக இதை செய்திருக்கிறீங்க. How many of you experience this? With your parents, with your brothers, friends. You don't like to talk to them. You keep silence. Dead silence. எதுவுமே பேச மாட்டீங்க. ஆனா வீட்டில அம்மாவோட பிரச்சனைப்பட்டா கட்டாயம் ஒரு 2 hours, 3 hours at least before you go to bed, you solve that. அம்மாட்ட தான் சாப்பாடு வாங்கி சாப்பிடுவார். கான்ஃப்ளிக்ட் இருக்கா? அப்பாவோட வர கான்ஃப்ளிக்ட் ஒரு 1 day, 2 days போகும். அதுவும் கன நாள் இருக்கா. ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸோட வர கான்ஃப்ளிக்ட் கூட நாள் போகும். உங்கள கன பேர் இருக்கிறீங்க. 2 years, 3 years, grade 6ல இருந்து காய்க்கிறே இல்லை. நான் அவனோட சண்டை. முகத்தை திருப்பி கொண்டு போறது. பக்கத்துல வந்தாலும் கதைக்கிறேன். Conflict. This is the worst thing. Bad thing. This punishment is severe. When one wants to talk to the other, ஒருவர் மற்றவரோட பேசணும் என்று வரைக்கல, ஒருவர் அமைதியா இருந்தால் அதை விட பனிஷ்மெண்ட் வேற இல்லை. If you want to talk to the other person, உங்களுக்கு கோபம் இல்லை, அவருக்கு உங்கள கோபம், அல்லது அவருக்கு உங்கள ஏதாவது மெனத்தாங்கள், அவர் உங்களோட பேசுறாரு இல்லை, உங்களுக்கு எப்படி இருக்கும்? அது உங்களை சரியா ஹர்ட் பண்ணும், காயப்படுத்தும். So actually the situation is different and it was written just after World War, the Second World War. Yes, you know that France that involved in this war, that was very close to Germany, Hitler's period, the Nazi. So this is the background. This is the background there. It was written just after the emancipation of Second World War. A year after that. Yes. Okay, we can directly go into the poem now. What is conflict? You can see that conflict is a process that begins when one party perceives that another party has negatively affected. One is going to be affected negatively, just like Morris, or is about to negatively affect something that the first party cares about. Conflict is an inevitable and unavoidable part of our everyday professional as well as personal lives. எங்களுடைய சொந்த வாழ்க்கையிலையும் சரி, எங்களுடைய பாடசாலையிலையும் சரி, நாங்க வேலை செய்யற இடத்துலையும் சரி, எங்கேயும் இது தவிர்க்க முடியாது. இந்த கான்ஃப்ளிக்ட நாங்கள் நிச்சயமா காலையில இருந்து நீங்கள் இப்ப லேப்டாப்புக்கு முன்னால வந்து இருக்கும் வரையுமே எத்தனை கான்ஃப்ளிக்ட் உங்களுக்கு இருந்திருக்கு. இதுக்கு பிறகு எத்தனை இருக்க போகுது. ஆனா என்னுடைய ரியாக்ஷன் that is different. நாங்க ரியாக்ட் பண்றது that is different. ஒவ்வொருத்தர் ஒவ்வொரு மாதிரி ரியாக்ட் பண்ணுவோம் இல்லையா? இருந்தாலும் that is inevitable, unavoidable. We can't avoid. நாங்கள் தவிர்க்க முடியாது. அதை நாங்கள் பக்குவமாக ஹேண்டில் பண்ண தெரியவர் இல்லையா? அப்ப மேனர்ஸாக சில பேர் சிவிலைஸ்டாக பாலிஷ்டாக சில பேர் some of you handle them. Some of you handle like country brutes, like animals, நாயும் பூனையும் போல. Right, okay. Here look at this breakfast table. The coffee things. They say coffee things. How do you have a cup of coffee or cup of tea? We simply have a cup of tea. Your mother gives you a cup of tea mixed up with milk, sugar, tea. But in Western countries, they have these coffee things. Separately, they have milk, sugar, and black coffee or black tea. Okay, they use it in different vessels, different dishes, different cups. They have a set, tea set. எங்கட டேபிள்ல இந்த டீ செட் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? No, we have only a cup sometimes with saucer. வெஸ்டர்ன் டேபிள்ல கட்டாயமாக சுகர் ஒரு கப்பில் இருக்கும், இன்னொரு கப்ல மில்க் இருக்கும். They don't take sugar unnecessarily. If they like, they will add. If they want to add milk, they will add. And having coffee is the first thing in French people's lifestyle. Okay? Yes, this is a traditional coffee table. Traditional newspaper is there. You can see that. Yes, this is the author. This is the author, you see. Yes, Jacques Prévert. Jacques Prévert, he is the author. You can see that this the poem on page
6.
Yeah, what's the page? Page 6. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, page 6. You can see that it was written in French. It was written in French, Jacques Prévert. If you see this, just like the apostrophe above the letter E, usually that is in French and German languages. So Jacques Prévert, his name is, okay? And it has been translated into English by Regis Srivadan, a Sinhalese, Regis Srivadan. He is famous in translation. So many poems, so many English poems have been translated by this man, Regis Srivadan. Yes, Jacques Prévert, originally written in French, born on February 4th, our Independence Day, Sri Lanka's Independence Day, 1900. Yes, French poet who composed ballads of social hope and sentimental love. He also ranked among the foremost of screenwriters, especially during 1930s and 40s. Yes, you don't need anything. You have to take here this birth of that person and 19 April 11th. He died 1977. Yes. This is another, you see that. Déjeuner du matin. Déjeuner du matin. Yes, Piper teacher in Lagrande. That is French. That is French. Already we have studied French. Where did we study? Je dois pray. Where did you study?
The bear.
The bear.
The bear.
Yeah, the bear. Smirnov, he says that. அப்ப நான் பிரெஞ்சிலேயே கரைக்கிறது அவர் கேட்கிறார். Just like that here, déjeuner du matin, that means breakfast. Meaning of déjeuner du matin, this is the title of the original poem. Original poem, meaning breakfast in French. Yes. Yeah, these are the coffee set. Beautiful set. Black coffee, sugar, cubes, as well as milk jar. Milk jar. Okay. So they use this. They have coffee. They have a cup of coffee in this way. Yes, this is the point. This is the poem, very short, very clipped sentences, because the tone of the speaker, the nihilistic tone, the tone is nihilistic. We shall learn about that later. Nihilistic, note it down. Nihili, nihilistic, okay, TIC. Yes. And also another thing you have to learn from this structure. There are different versions. There are two versions, two translations. This is given to you, I think. Yes, this is different. This is the different one, but you have the other one. Okay. Yes, so that's what I have given this. You can see that in your book. Into his cup, he put milk. In his cup of coffee, he put sugar. In his cup of coffee and milk, with his teaspoon. His teaspoon. There are different, the teaspoon that is separated for the members. He stirred it. He drank the coffee and milk and he put down the cup without speaking to me. Yeah, the speaker. There are two people. One is the man, the unknown he. The pronoun he is mentioned here. The pronoun he is mentioned here. You can see the other one is the speaker. The other one is the speaker. The speaker is telling this. The whole poem is given through the words of the speaker. Actually, the speaker is not clear. We can't say the gender of the speaker, whether it is a man or a woman. Actually, this situation can be held um, between two friends, brothers, mother and son, father and son. But
Husband and wife.
yeah, okay. The base is husband and wife. We can see that the picture, the mental picture, we get it between husband and wife, but we can't say that it is husband and wife. Okay. Yes, because it is not clear in this part, but we can take it because this domestic conflict is usually between husband and wife. அம்மாக்கும் பிள்ளைக்கும் இடையில இப்படியான ஒரு கான்ஃப்ளிக்ட் வராது. ரூம்மேட்ஸுக்கு இடையிலையும் இப்படி வராது. ஹஸ்பண்ட் ஒய்ஃபுக்கு இடையில இப்படி வர்றதுக்கு ரீசன் என்ன? அப்ப நாங்கள் we can assume, okay, confidently we can't say that husband and wife. இதுல ஒரிஜினல் உங்களோட புக்ல தந்திருக்கிற வேர்ஷனை பண்ணி பாருங்க. Into his cup he put milk. We get the mental picture. By and by, very short clip sentences, very short, very brief. வாரார் தந்த கப்புல பால ஊத்துறார். In his cup of coffee he put sugar. காஃபிக்குள்ள மில்க போடுறார், சுகரை போடுறார். In his cup of coffee and milk, with his teaspoon he stirred it. He takes a spoon and stirred. கரண்டி எடுத்து கலக்குறார், மிக்ஸ் பண்றார். He drank the coffee and milk and he put down the cup without என்னோட பேசாமல் கப்ப வைக்கிறார். என்னோட பேச இல்லை, கப்ப வைக்கிறார். Yes. Why? Usually நாங்கள் ஒரு டேபிள் போனால் எவ்வளவு கதைப்போம், எவ்வளவு விஷயம் கதைப்போம். Hi சொல்லுவோம், greet பண்ணுவோம். We talk about the things that we are going to do the day or the day after, the plans, everything we share at the table, at the breakfast table. Okay, but here we see the man, the he, is not ready to talk to the other. Yes. If you see that, the next one, he lit a cigarette. He made rings. You know that when one smokes cigarette, they can make rings. வளையமாக புகை விடுவார்கள், உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். He made rings with the smoke. He put the ashes in the ashtray. Ashtray, you know that. Tea set வாங்கினீங்கன்னா அதுக்குள்ள ஒரு ரவுண்டாக ஒரு we don't use it, but some people smoke பண்ற ஆக்கள் வச்சிருப்பாங்க. சிகரெட் ரெஸ்ட் பண்றதுக்காக வச்சிருக்கிறது, சிகரெட்டை ரெஸ்ட் பண்றதுக்காக வச்சிருக்கிறது ashtray. It is called ashtray. He put the ashes in his ashtray without speaking to me, without looking at me. This is the focus. The speaker wants to give the focus on this particular line. Without speaking to me, without looking at me. The first stanza, in the first stanza, the speaker says, yes, without speaking to me. என்னோடு பேசாமல், என்னோடு கதைக்காமல் இருக்கிறேன். இந்த ஸ்டென்ஸால பாத்தீங்கன்னா without looking at me. என்னோடு பேசவில்லை என்றாலும் பரவாயில்லை, என்ன பார்க்க இல்லை. ஒரு ஆளோட நீங்க பேச வேண்டாம் மட்டும் போயிருக்கிறீங்க, அவர் பேசாட்டிலும் பரவாயில்ல, அட்லீஸ்ட் உங்களை ஒரு கிளான்ஸ், ஒரு பார்த்தாலே உங்களுக்கு சந்தோஷமே. பட் இங்க அது கூட இல்லை. So the person, the speaker is sad. The speaker is sad. He got up. He put his hat on his head. He put on his raincoat because it was raining, and he went out in the rain without a word, without a look. He put his hat on his head. He put on his raincoat. The season is rainy season. During this rainy season, we like to stay home. We don't like to go out. மழை பெய்தால் வீட்டுக்கு இருக்கத்தான் எங்களுக்கு விருப்பம். மலைக்குள்ள போயிருப்போம் இல்ல, உங்களோட ஏஜ்ல சில நேரம் மழையை நினைன to drench in rain you like to. எங்களோட ஏஜ்ல மலைக்கு போக விருப்பம் இல்ல. So this couple also, they are in that stage. But this man, it is raining hard, but he is going out. It shows what? He doesn't like to stay with the speaker. He doesn't like to stay home. இந்த வீட்டில இருக்க விருப்பம் இல்லை, இந்த வீட்டில இருக்க மனம் இல்லை. அது பிடிக்க இல்லையா, அல்லது வேற ஏதாவது ரீசனா? வெறுப்பில போறாரா அல்லது கவலையில போறாரா? இது ஒன்றும் சொல்ல தெரியல. Some people கவலையில இருந்தாலும் யாரோடையும் கதைக்க மாட்டேன். During the departure, ஒரு ஆளை நீங்க லீவ் பண்ண போறீங்க, விட்டுட்டு போறீங்க. Imagine that you are going to London. என்ன செய்வீங்க? கதைச்சால் சோகம், அழுதுடுவீங்க. அப்ப ஆளா கதைக்காமலே போயிடுவீங்க. அப்படியான ஒரு சிச்சுவேஷன் ஆயும் இருக்கலாம். But what is this? What's the meaning of this conflict? Yes. So, in the rain, he went out in the rain. Run on line. பார்த்துக்கொள்ளுங்க. He went out in the rain. அந்த ஸ்டென்ஸா அப்படியே போய் அடுத்ததுல ஜாயின் பண்ணுது. Run on line. Without a word. ஒரு சொல்லு கூட பேச இல்லை. எவ்வளவு கவலையாக சொல்லப்படுது. Without a word. Without a look. And I put my head in my hands. I put my head in my hands and wept. And wept. You can see that here. Look at me. I buried my face into my hands. I weep. I wept. Yes. Okay. Got it? Yes. என்னுடைய கைகளிலே என்னுடைய முகத்தை புதைத்து நான் அழுகிறேன். What can I do? I can't do anything. என்னால எதுவுமே செய்ய முடியல. Yes. Yeah. I put my head in my hands and wept. Yes. The speaker couldn't do anything in this situation. எதுவுமே செய்ய முடியல. அழுகிறதை தவிர எதுவும் செய்ய முடியல. Very sad. Very sad. Very sad. This is the poem. This is the poem. Here, look at this version. You can see this version in this poem. You can see he poured the coffee into the cup. He poured the milk into the cup of coffee. He added the sugar to the coffee and milk. He stirred it with a teaspoon. He drank the coffee and put back the cup. Without speaking to me, he lit a cigarette. He blew some rings. With the smoke, he flicked to the ashes in the ashtray. பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த இவ்வளத்துலையும் he என்று start பண்ணப்படுது. Anaphora. This type of writing technique is anaphora. The lines, they begin with the same words. So note it down. Another technique, the first one run on line, then anaphora. ஒரே line, ஒரே wordல start பண்றது anaphora ன்னு சொல்லப்படுகிறது. இதுல அது கிளியராக தேர்ட் ஸ்டான்ஸாவில் காட்டப்படுது இல்லையா? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டான்ஸால in between வந்து கொண்டு இருக்குது, நீங்க பார்க்கலாம். Yes. Okay. So it is clear. The poem is clear. So we are going to analyze hereafter. After the break also, you will join. So this poem does not contain a direct conflict. It comes under the theme conflict, but not like Farewell to Burn or the terrorist is watching Mary. It is not a direct conflict. Rather, it contains a situation that obviously comes after some form of conflict, where the man who is eating his breakfast is choosing not to talk to the speaker of the poem. Idhula neenga speaker ande use pandrathu nalla. Don't say that it is okay. Yes.
Miss and the speaker வந்து fire ஆ இருக்கலாம் தானே?
யாரா இருக்கலாம்?
Fire.
Why?
Fire. Miss, because குளிருக்கெல்லாம் போறாரால என்ன திரும்பி பார்க்காம போறாருன்னு fire சொல்லலாம் தானே?
That is your imagination. Yeah, okay. Why does it? Yeah, it is not
lit a cigarette. Western people cigarette warmக்கு தானே யூஸ் பண்ணனும்.
Yes. So this is the season is rainy season, winter season.
Miss, அப்படி என்ன fire வீட்டுக்குள்ள இருக்கு தானே? fire பார்க்காமலே போறாருன்னு சொல்லலாம்.
Yeah, நீங்க personify பண்றீங்க ஸ்பீக்கரை.
ஆமா.
Yeah, நீங்க அப்படியே எடுக்கலாம். Yes. Okay, the person is not talking to the other one. So அப்படியான கருத்துக்களை நீங்க எடுக்கலாம். ஒரு poetryல என்ன மாதிரியாகவும் எடுக்கலாம். அது சரியாக ஆன்சர் பண்ண தெரியவர். சரியா? Right. Okay, we can see that. We can compare this to some other situation. Yes, this is the ashtray. You can see a cup of coffee and ashtray. Yeah, you can take a screenshot of it. Poetry usually loses a great deal in translation. Translationக்குள்ள வரும்போது எப்பயும் அந்த real taste, real flavor இருக்காது. This is also a translation. எவ்வளவுதான் கவனமா translate பண்ணினாலும் அந்த ஒரிஜினல்ல இருக்கிற டேஸ்ட் வராது. Yeah, the language of poetry is so compressed, so every word needs to be chosen with care. And all the nuances, the double meaning, nuances, can so easily be lost. எங்களுக்கு தெரியும் big matchல இந்த nuances, big match, cricket ஆட்டம்னு கொடுக்க அது போயிட்டுது. அதுல nuances வந்து இங்கிலீஷ்ல சரியா இருந்தது big match. When it is translated to Tamil, it has lost its taste when changed into another language. However, I'd like to introduce you to the one of the favorite French poem by Jacques Prévert, and I am hoping that many of you will remember enough classroom French, are fluent enough to be able to read the original as well as the translation. In French, the poem is Déjeuner du matin. In English, it's breakfast. Okay. Yeah, this is the background. You can see that the poem was written in 1946. You know that. Just after 45 that ended the Second World War, a year back, 1946. Beginning of this 20th century, full of war period. First World War that started the beginning of 20th century, then after that Second World War. After the ending of World War II, the French felt disillusioned and traumatized by war. Trauma. What is trauma? Yes, that is the scar after a panic attack. ஏதாவது ஒரு சம்பவம் நடந்த பிறகு ஒரு கடுமையான ஒரு மனசில் ஏற்பட்ட ஒரு வலி traumatized by war. வாருக்கு பிறகு not only the soldiers, the common people also were affected badly. நாங்கள் எங்களோட ஈழம் போர்ல நாங்கள் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணாட்டிலும் எங்களுக்கு எந்த தொடர்பும் இல்லாட்டிலும் எங்களுக்கு அந்த வலி இன்னும் இருக்கு. traumatized by war, just like that. அது ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு பிறகு இப்ப எங்களுக்கு 10 வருஷத்துக்கு பிறகும் இருக்கு. Their country had been invaded and controlled by Nazi Hitler's party, political party, Nazi.
Play it on Xbox One.
National disenchantment. You need this, take a screenshot. We get this domestic scene over the breakfast table. We get this domestic scene. வீட்டில நடைபெறுகிற இந்த breakfast table நடக்கிற with an estranged husband and a despairing wife who sit across from each other as if they are strangers. ஒரு familiarity இல்லாமல் strangers போல எதிரும் புதிருமாக இருக்கிறார்கள். Has he been involved in the war? Is he suffering from combat stress? Or has this couple simply reached the end of the road as far as their relationship goes just before divorce? It's not clear. It's not clear. Just like Tushant said, fire and the man. Fireplace, fire at fireplace. Yeah, it's not clear. They can take it whatever we like. Whether it is appropriate. The sentences of the poem are clipped, very short, almost terse. The tense used is the past, composed because it was written in French, a tense that indicates a clear beginning and end. Another translation ஆயிருந்தாலும் beginning and end, that is very clear. என்ன சொல்ல வரார்? What does he want to say? That is clear. She watches him go through mechanical motions. ஆளையே திரும்பி பார்க்காமல் தன்னுடைய பாட்டுல செய்கிறார். ஒரு மெஷின் மாதிரி, ஒரு ரோபோட் without any feelings. இல்லையா? Yes, doesn't even look at her. He just prepares coffee, lights his cigarette, smokes, then puts on his coat and heads into the wet, dreary outdoor world. It's a dreary, wet. No one likes to go in this situation. She then sits and weeps. She can't do any other thing without weeping. அழுவதை தவிர வேற என்ன செய்யற? It's an extremely simple poem. And Privert paints a powerful scene in very few words. I like this poem. Very simple poem. Because we have this situation daily in our life. When you have the situation, since today, you should think about the speaker. Okay? யாரோடையாவது மெனத்தாங்கள் வந்தால், நீங்கள் கதைக்காமல் இருந்தால், இந்த ஸ்பீக்கரை நீங்கள் ஞாபகப்படுத்திக் கொள்ளுங்கள். You can easily understand the feelings of the speaker. சில நேரம், sometimes you will be in the state of the speaker. Okay? So Privert paints a powerful scene in very few words. The lines are packed with anxiety, uneasiness, and tension. Very important for you to take a screenshot. Yes. Okay, now see this. He was a poet and screenwriter. This was once again repeated, I think. Yeah. You can listen to the poem in French, which should remind you of just how beautiful the French language is. You know, I would like to show you the French language name or a chinna clip irukku kadasila போடுறேன், the original one. Because you should know at least a little French. French and English, they go together. You know that. English language படிக்கிறார்கள், linguistics படிக்கிறார்கள் கட்டாயம் French எடுப்பீனா. சப்பாக எடுப்பாங்க French. Gajandan, come inside. I want to talk to you, Gajandan. Your performance that was bad in the copy. Come and collect your copy. Yes, okay. In the French வந்து French and English ரெண்டும் twins மாதிரி, இரண்ட பிள்ளைகள் மாதிரி. ஒன்று மெட்டதோட சேர்ந்து போகும். The same structure. Only the pronunciation is different. The meaning, the words. Most of the French words we see in English language. Okay, so we can see that in French. Yeah, you can see the final stage. This is the climax. This is the climax of this poem. She buries her face into her hands. As I shown. Yes, she is sad, she is crying, she is weeping. So you can have this mental picture. So in a nutshell, we can summarize all these things here about the poem. It is about domestic conflict between husband and wife, the importance of verbal communication, the expression of tension at a conflict, the distancing between two individuals due to conflict or misunderstanding. These two individuals, the distance between ரொம்ப பக்கத்துல தான் இருந்தாலும் அவருடைய மனங்கள் வெகு தூரத்தில் இருக்கிறது. ஆக்கள் வெகு தூரத்தில் இருந்தாலும் மனங்கள் ஒன்றாக இருந்தால் இந்த distance is very close, very short. வெளிநாடுகளில் இருப்பினும் ஆனா அவர்கள் மனங்கள் ஒன்றாக இருக்கும், ஒன்றாக இருப்பார். ஒரே டேபிள்ல ஒரே ரூமில் இருப்பார்கள், ஆனா அவருடைய மனங்கள் தூரத்தில் இருக்கும். எல்லாத்துக்கும் our mind is the reason. Distancing between two individuals. The title is ironical, as I told you, since no breakfast has been taken. The seriousness of a simple incident at a conflict. Very simple. He came and he prepared his coffee. He had his drink. Gone. அவ்வளவுதான். அந்த குருவி வந்தது, சாப்பிட்டது, பறந்து போனது. அதே மாதிரி தான் இங்கே. Bird came down the walk. Less action. Less action, a few actions, but very deep meaning, but much meaning. Take a screenshot. The scene depicts. The poem depicts a breakfast scene. The speaker of the poem comments on a man pouring coffee, smoking. This is paraphrasing. Smoking a cigarette, getting dressed to go out, all without speaking to the speaker. This is the summary of it. In the first stanza, the poet describes each action the man takes to ready his coffee, including pouring the coffee, adding the sugar, milk, and drinking the coffee. As the man carries out these actions, he does not speak to the speaker. He does not speak to the speaker. That's the thing. The second stanza, the poet describes the actions of the man smoking and provides details such as the man lighting the cigarette, making circles with the smoke, the tapping the ash into the ashtray. During all of these actions, the man does not say anything, and as the speaker of the poem adds in this stanza, the man described doesn't even look at the speaker. First one does not speak to the speaker. This one look at the speaker. Third stanza, the speaker describes the action the man takes to get dressed, put on his coat, and yet he still does not speak to or look at the speaker of the poem. Paaka kuda illai. The final stanza, you see that. In the final stanza, the speaker buries his or her face. His or her face. The gender is not clear. In his or her hands. And cries after the man has left. One is a male. The other one can be a male or female. This is Jack Privet. He too had to go through in this situation. So that's what he had. He was able to reveal the feelings of these people. Yes, it is about him, about Jack Privet. Reflective of this disillusionment, the scene of this poem reveals an estranged husband and wife. Highlight that, estranged husband and wife. They sit as one would be the stranger in a cafe at their breakfast table in a series of clip sentences, all of which are described in past tense. That is another thing you have to note it down. This is actually a recollection. She recollects. திரும்பவும் மீள நினைவூட்டி பார்க்கிறா. It is in the past tense. கடந்த காலத்தில் நடந்தது திரும்பவும் recollect பண்ணி பார்க்கிறா. That often denotes a definite beginning and end. That is the important thing again and again. Definite beginning, definite ending. The wife describes her husband's clipped and impersonal action performed without any recognition of her. தன்னை கவனியாமல் அவர் செய்கிறத அவர் வடிவா describe பண்றா. Yes, it is in sing-song fashion, these mechanical motions of her husband. There is a beautiful rhythm in this poem, who sits across from her without appearing to take notice of her. Or a beautiful rhythm, verum ida vadiva vasikeka. So the poem does not contain a direct conflict, rather it contains a situation. Yes, idai madunga with mesmerized attentiveness. கவரக்கூடிய மாதிரியாக அவருடைய ஆக்ஷன் ஒரு மெத்தடிக்கலாக ஒரு மெக்கானிக்கல் வேயாக இருக்கிறது. pouring out a cup of coffee, drinking it, and then smoking a cigarette before leaving. This is usual. Don't think about smoking. The season is very cold, so they have to do all these things. Suddenly, the angle is reversed. There is a twist. There is a twist. Gautam, enter. The psychological tension of their relationship is heart-endingly visible only at the end. Final one மட்டும்தான் எங்களுக்கு அந்த பயத்தை கிளியராக விளங்கப்படுத்துகிறது. Apparently, nothing could be simpler and no expert. This is the last slide. Yes, of the wider world of literature is needed for making sense of this scene. Closer analysis reveals However, a precisely calculated pattern of repetition that creates tension. பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னா repetition is another beautiful technique that is used by Jack Sprefer. ஒரு விஷயத்தை சொல்லிக்க ரிப்பீட் பண்ணும்போது இன்னும் ஆழமாக எங்களுக்கு emphasize பண்ணப்படுது இல்லையா? The tension that are all the more unbearable because there is no punctuation. இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா அது ட்ரெயின் போன மாதிரி ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டென்ஸாம் ஒவ்வொரு சென்டென்ஸ் ஒரு பங்க்சுவேஷனும் இல்லை. There are no commas. And so the reader is forced at every stage to make impossible decisions about the way fraught situations are to be structured. At first glance, Sprever's poetry can appear to be naive. பார்க்கும்போது அது ஒரு ஜெனுவினான டிரெக்டானதா தெரியல. But his verbal dexterity reveals that he knew the meaning of the old adage that is truest art is artistry concealed. Truest art is artistry. இதை highlight பண்ணுங்க. இந்த adage, this adage, you know what adage is? ஆன்றோர் மொழி. உண்மையான கலை என்ன? That is concealed. டிரெக்டாக வரா. Artistry concealed. That is the direct art, the truest art. Okay, highlight that. The truest art is artistry concealed. So he followed that. Yeah, now we are going to see this. Hello. If you can't hear anything, you should say hello. Can you hear?
Yes, miss, but no sound.
No sound.
Now?
Yeah, we can.
You can.
Yes, miss.
Oh, good. This is the living room. Okay, guys, that is enough. This is enough for you. What you have studied, that is shown here. Yes, have you got it? Yes, everything that was clear. Have you noticed that the man, he was very serious. The man was very serious. He did everything. But the lady, the poor lady, she tries to talk to him. But he was not ready. He was not ready, so that made the lady sad. Here is another one in French language. In French language, you can see that this is Jacques Prévert. He himself did that. தானே செய்து போட்டிருக்கிறார். இதை பாருங்க, Jacques Prévert. Yes. This is something. And the first one, that was better, I think. நீங்க பார்த்தது நல்ல வெர்ஷன். இதை மட்டும் பாருங்க. Yeah, next class will be next Saturday evening. We are going to continue our vendor of sweets. Okay, guys, there will be a group competition in this novel up to, have you studied, have you completed chapter 6?
Yes,
please
miss.
Yeah, we have completed chapter 6 up to 6. 7, have you started?
No, miss.
Okay. We can continue from chapter 7. So you all should be ready to give answer up to 6. Okay, this will be held in group wise. Is it possible to meet in our physical classroom? I don't think. Right. அது சரி வந்தால் நாங்கள் மீட் பண்ணுவோம். Otherwise, Prince and the Pauper, how many of you like to do that? Successfully, we are completed for the seniors. நேற்று 2 daysக்கு முதல்ல நாங்க முடிச்சனாங்க. I was really scared. எனக்கு ரொம்ப பயமா இருந்தது, தொடக்கினதா முடிக்க முடியுமோன்னு. நான் முடித்து விட்டேன், வெற்றிகரமா முடித்து விட்டேன். எத்தனை பேர் படிக்க போறீங்க? எனக்கு படிப்போமா?
மிஸ் படிப்போம்.
It's heavy. ஏனடா நாங்க டிசம்பர்ல ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். ரெண்டு பேரும். If you are ready, I can do that. Okay. If time permits, we can do that. In the grade 11 கெரியா அனுப்பி போட்டு நாங்கள் கொஞ்சம் கூட கிளாஸஸ் போடுவோம். ஏனடா Prince and the Pauper, it's really interesting. Most of them are going to do that. கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டத்துல இருந்தவை செய்கிறதா விடுறதாண்டு இப்ப they are okay. They do some exercise now. And அவங்க ஸ்கூல்ல இது செய்ய மாட்டாங்க. ஓகே, எங்களுடைய வெண்ட்ரா ஸ்வீட்ஸ் எவ்வளவு வேகமா முடிக்கிறோமோ அவ்வளவு வேகமாக நாங்க கொண்டு போகலாம். சாப்டர் 7ல இருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவோம். யூ ஷுட் பி ரெடி டு ரீட் தட். எவ்வளவு குயிக்கா நீங்க ரீட் பண்ணீங்களோ அவ்வளவு குயிக்கா நாங்க முடிக்கலாம். தட்ஸ் ஆல். ஓகே, குட். Thank you for raising hands. So I am really happy to do that. Yes, shall we see this in French? It is in French. This is Jacques Prévert. Okay. Listen to this. If you can't hear, please tell me.
Il a mis le café dans la tasse. Il a mis le lait dans la tasse de café. Il a mis le sucre dans le café au lait. Avec la petite cuillère, il a tourné. Il a bu le café au lait. Et il a reposé la tasse, sans me parler. Il a allumé une cigarette. Il a fait des ronds avec la fumée. Il a mis les cendres dans le cendrier, sans me parler, sans me regarder. Il s'est levé. Il a mis son chapeau sur sa tête. Il a mis son manteau de pluie parce qu'il pleuvait et il est parti sous la pluie, sans une parole, sans me regarder. Et moi, j'ai pris ma tête dans ma main et j'ai pleuré.
Yes, okay, guys. This is the last, I think. Yes, we can finish this lesson after that. Do you want to ask me anything regarding this poem? Yes, it appeared only once in the paper. In the last year paper, we see that it appeared only once. Yes, and first or second year. This year, I expect that all these poems this year, or at least travel to barn or breakfast, I expect. இந்த ரெண்டுல உண்டு கான்ஃப்ளிக்ட்ல வரலாம். வராட்டி உங்களுக்கு next year வரலாம். A beautiful poem. A beautiful poem, you can add your own experience. அதுதான் இந்த beauty. Creativeness. Nothing else. You can tell about the background as well as in which situation it was written. You can mingle with your own experience. உங்களுக்கு நிறைய அப்படியான இன்சிடென்ட்ஸ் நடக்கும். அல்லது நீங்க பார்த்திருப்பீங்க, கேட்டிருப்பீங்க. இப்படியான நேரத்துல உங்களுடைய ஃபீலிங்ஸ் என்ன? What is your feeling? The other person's feeling. So in life, when you have the situation, இதை நீங்க ஃபீல் பண்ணி பாருங்க. இந்த poem உங்களுக்கு அருமையாக தெரியும். ஓகே, உங்களுக்கு அருமையாக விளங்கும் தெரியும். Yes. What do they want to say? Yes, two people. Yes, any other thing? Yes, what is that? What do you want? Sri Gana, what do you want to say? Sri Gana, unmute and speak.
மிஸ் லோ பண்ண மறந்துட்டேன் மிஸ்.
என்னது?
ஹேண்ட் லோ பண்ண மறந்துட்டேன் மிஸ். அப்போ பிரின்ஸ் இந்த பேப்பர் இருக்கு ரைஸ் பண்ணு.
Do you like to follow? Yes.
Yes,
okay.
miss.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. சரி, நாங்கள் வெண்ட்ரா ஸ்வீட்ஸை முடிக்கிற வேகத்தில தான் எங்களுக்கு தெரியும் எந்த அளவுக்கு போக போகுது. சரியா? சரி, ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச்.
மிஸ் நெக்ஸ்ட் சாட்டர்டேயா?
நெக்ஸ்ட் சாட்டர்டே இனி யூஷுவல் டைம் தான் உங்களுக்கு, சாட்டர்டே அண்ட் டியூஸ்டே ஈவினிங். இன்றைக்கு பிரேக்ஃபாஸ்ட் படிக்கணும்ன்றதுக்காக நான் இந்த பிரேக்ஃபாஸ்ட் டைம் எடுத்தது. ஓகே, பிரேக்ஃபாஸ்ட் டேபிளில் இனிமேல் சந்தோஷமா இருங்க, பி ஹாப்பி. இந்த ஃபீலிங்கை யோசிங்க. பிரேக்ஃபாஸ்ட் டேபிள்லையோ அல்லது டின்னர் டேபிள் ஓ லஞ்ச் டேபிள், இட் இஸ் அ பிளேஸ் டு மிங்கிள் வித் அதர்ஸ். இப்போ வெஸ்டர்ன் ஸ்டைலில் இந்த அட்லீஸ்ட் டின்னர் டேபிள்லையாவது எல்லாரும் உண்டா வந்திருப்பாங்க. ஒண்டா வந்திருந்து என்ன செய்வாங்க? எல்லாரும் எல்லாம் ஷேர் பண்ணுவாங்க. இப்போ எங்களுக்கு பிஸி லைஃப். The busy life. In this busy life also, he wants to show this is the first meal of the day. Usually for the French people, coffee is a very important thing in their breakfast. The first thing, before they going out, வெளியில போக முதல், they meet the family members at coffee table. அப்ப அந்த இதைத்தான் இதுல எங்களுக்கு காட்டியிருக்கு. Okay? Yes, a wonderful poem. Okay, shall we say bye-bye? Hello? Yes, okay. Till we meet again, be happy, stay home, stay healthy, and study hard, work hard. Okay, bye.